Boom, what up, y'all? Riding into battle, another day. Happy Sunday. Beautiful day of the week. I was in a conversation with one of my patrons, members of the league, one of my brothers this morning, and he mentioned, the impact the courses have had on his life, and wanted to make, hold the gold standard and make us proud with the brand and stuff. And I really honor that. And it made me think about a few things internally, because I was like, well, I don't want you to feel like you owe me anything. And then I started to zoom out a little bit into myself. I was like, well, in reality, people ask me sometimes in interviews, podcasts and things, what do you fear? What's your number one fear? And my number one fear is very simple. Make no mistake, this training that we're rendering is changing people's lives. It's changing people's lives. If you're in the EP industry and you're not in the league, you're missing out on a whole lot of stuff. Go to the link in my bio and get in the league. At any rate, as I run into this first detail, let me just download my fears to you guys real quick. My number one fear is simple, man. I fear that at the end of the day, when I die, and I stand before my Heavenly Father, and I know this feeling because I've done it before when I got hit with 62 pounds of homemade explosives directly during my time in Iraq, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a pile of guts on the floor. I had this super conscious moment where I was looking at my life and I was weighing myself. And yeah, it was tragic that I was, as far as I knew, I was dead. I was out of my body. I was in another realm. It was different, But the main thing that was weighing on me was the fact that, man, I'm 19, I'm 18, 19, I'm a pile of guts on the floor in Iraq, and my life is over, and that's it, and it's curtains. And I remember thinking to myself, I didn't even live. I wasn't even conscious. I just did the stuff and was just a cool guy, a funny guy, that was it, that was it. It was so meaningless. Pause for effect. It was so meaningless. Yet it was the most beautiful and powerful and miracle of an opportunity that the universe has ever known. This ability and opportunity to live conscious, to be conscious, to have these over 60 trillion cells working synergistically in our bodies, to allow us to have this life and this existence and this lordship over our capabilities in our lives is the greatest miracle that we know of in the universe. Okay, if you've ever seen the probability of this happening by accident written out on a whiteboard, it'll blow your mind. It's absolutely a miracle. Science absolutely does not understand it. We absolutely have no idea what's going on. And I absolutely experienced the deepest sorrow I've ever experienced in my entire life. That moment that I was like, oh my gosh, that miracle is over. And I don't want to experience that ever again. I never want to, when next time I'm dying, it's not going to be like that. So my greatest fear is that the grace God's given me would be in vain. That I would just, it wouldn't be meaningful. That I would just be upset about little things and not help anyone. And when he looks at me, he'll be like, what did you do, son, with what I gave you? And I wouldn't have it. I'd be like, I bought a Tesla, and So I promised him in that moment, I said, if you send me back, I'm going to go so hard. I'm going to go so hard. I don't know if I'm going to make it. I don't know if I'm going to be everything you've called me to be, but I can tell you one thing. It's like that 50 Cent cover, Get Rich or Die Trying. I'm gonna give everything I have to being who you called me to be and to get it. I'm going to go to war when I get back there. And I have. And my greatest fear is to let this life and this grace he's given us be in vain. I can't. The shame will crush me. And so here we are, an extremely imperfect man, not aiming for perfection, but aiming for progress. That's all I want you guys to see, is what one imperfect person can do if they really, really sacrifice themselves on the altar of progress and give their widow's mite, give their imperfection, give the best they can out of their imperfection on a daily basis by the grace of God. I want you to see what can be done in a life. Now, I share all this with you to say, hey, it's Sunday. Don't take the day for granted. Don't take the day for granted. Be present with your loved ones. Experience every beautiful moment you have with your loved ones. You never know when this is going to end. And do everything you can to be the best you can, to make the biggest difference, to give on the highest levels, the greatest gifts you can. Life is not a game. I say it's a war. It's a war to unlock the highest versions of yourself, to give the highest gifts. And this is also the most gratifying and fulfilling way to live. So think about that today as you go on and enjoy this beautiful miracle that we have, that is human life. And as I ride into battle for another security detail, right, I bring all that with me. And at the same time, I bring with me the capabilities and the expectation that if I have to give my life today in the line of duty, it would be worth it. And I've lived my life up until this point in such a way that I can do that with honor and courage and with a clear conscience. And that's what it means to be a protector, to be, the man you need to be, the woman you need to be, a shade-giving tree, provision and protection. I know on the masculine side, that is what we are designed for when we are healthy. That is righteous. That is a man being in right standing with his duties. So think about these things. Cherish every moment. Never forget that you are dying today. Every moment these moments we spend together, we are both dying right now in battle. In life, we can't get these moments back. Die beautifully. Die with all your heart. Do not let your life go by and be unconscious so that you regret and beg for more time when that day comes, because it's coming. Let that day be beautiful, because the song you sang during every waking moment you had on this planet. Spread love, spread light, spread strength, empower, strengthen those around you. But first you must do it for yourself. Never let anyone ask more of you than you demand from yourself. Dream like you'll live forever, but fight like you will die tonight. I make these videos because I love you guys. Now let's go and make the most of this thing. Look people in the eyes, feel every moment. Boom. Yo, team. Also, one last announcement. The Protector series is going to be dropping the second episode. The first episode is already out there. You can go to my The Protector Instagram profile to check out the first one. The second one is dropping on Friday. I can't wait. I'm so excited. It's a cool little project. Just to, a little bit of real world stuff in there, a little bit of fiction stuff in there. But it's some entertainment made for protectors by protectors, and I really hope you guys like it. Episode 2 is coming, and it's gonna be an honor. I think it came out real good. Boom. What's up, you guys? Byron Rodgers here, and if that video meant anything to you, if it inspired you, if you appreciated it, I just want to ask you to possibly support us on Patreon. I generate hundreds of videos per year and spend thousands on free content for you guys per month, because it simply is a passion of mine. It's the way that I want to contribute to the world, to the best of my ability. So obviously I'm going to continue to do it, but I wouldn't be able to make it sustainable without my partners who support me on Patreon. So thank you so much if you already do. And if you haven't done that, it's, for what you pay to McDonald's per month, you could help push the mission and this work forward. So anyways, either way, thank you so much. Like, subscribe, check the link below to support me on Patreon if you're interested in that. God bless, Semper Fi, and I'll see you on the next piece of content, y'all. Boom.